Okay, aloha, my chaos effect, my fam. My bad for my chair. It's mad loud, as my friend pointed out the other day. But yeah, so I was gonna go take my ass to eat because Lord knows I am starving like Marvin. But I wanted to get this reading done because I don't know, this energy felt really relevant to me, especially with the full moon in Libra that just passed on Saturday, and we still are feeling some of those energies. So I felt like it was important for me to come on and share this. I ran over to grab my phone at 11:11. Of course, picked it up at 11:12. Who didn't know? But yeah, so I already pulled the affirmation cards. I may still pull a couple more affirmations from these decks that I have mixed, but we'll see where the energy takes us. And yeah, let's get it going. So aloha, my name is Kilo. Welcome to Chaos Effect Mind, or welcome back. I appreciate you being here, sharing your energy with me, and connecting with you. All right, so welcome if you're new, welcome if you've been an OG. Appreciate you either way. All right, so before I did this reading, I kept pulling this card, 111 when I said that. I kept pulling this card from this deck I got the other day. All right, and it says roots, and you see, it looks like you have an indigenous woman sitting there, meditating with her roots coming out of her in the bottom. Or it could just be a person, you know, it doesn't have to be, again, no gender in tarot or anything like that. So however it resonates, but I felt like it was relevant to this because I got the creating roots card, and at the bottom of this deck I also got the for the root of every desire is to feel better. So anyway, it's all connected. And the affirmation for this card was, my roots are deep and my strength comes from all that I have survived. Okay, and this says, look at your life in perspective. Make a list of who or what keeps you grounded to the earth, and notice how wide your branches spread. Reach out to one person one person that links you with your emotional, ancestral, or symbolic roots. My bad, there's a bad typo in there, so it kept fucking me up. But anyway, so yeah, this is basically talking about how instead of looking at your ancestors from like the nice, like fluffy side, light part of the things, there are negative sides to some of our ancestors, obviously most of our ancestors, okay? So it's not about ignoring that part or shutting that part out. It's about getting our hands dirty and acknowledging that part, and putting our hands in the proverbial dirt to acknowledge the painful aspects and learn the life lessons. And by recognizing the shadows in ourselves and our history, we can begin healing wounds, okay? So shame plays a very big part in spiritual healing, okay? I feel like you have to experience a certain, and this isn't for everybody, take it how it resonates. I feel like you have to experience a certain amount of shame in order to get to the bottom well of the shame, if you will, just to pull yourself up and be like, fuck that, like, what do I have to be ashamed of? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's living in whatever way they're living, and you know, God is God, however you want to resonate, however you want to, the Most High, Yahweh, whoever you want to call him. And I said not him. I believe God is not a genderless being, but anyway, but yeah, like you are still loved in the light of God. You are still loved in the light of whomever you look up to as your spiritual individual, okay? Buddha, whatever it may be for you, okay? Again, take it wherever it resonates. But so you are still loved in that light. And yes, of course, there are things we do as people that, you know, maybe we could be better at not doing and things of that nature. But again, it's about being self-aware and actually doing the work and showing up to do the work. I tell my cousin this all the time. It's one thing to be self-aware and know that you're doing the things, but then continue to do them anyway, and be conscious of those things. It's another thing to be conscious of those things and subconsciously be doing the work as you're consciously working on yourself as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, so the first card that came out, the affirmation is strength in food, okay? It says, food provides me with the strength to move through each day. I listen to my body and what it wants and needs, and those signals are ever changing. Feeding my body is a powerful connection with nature, all right? So again, we are an extension of nature. We are an extension of the earth. We don't treat it that way. Some of us don't. but we are an extension of the earth, okay? So the earth is a part of us just as much as we are a part of the earth, okay? So treat your vessel, your skin suit that you're in now, with care. Feed it nice things. Talk to it nicely. You know, it's things like this. It sounds a little silly and it feels silly maybe in the beginning, but I promise you, your mind and your mental health will be better off for it. Okay, so move your body. A lot of this reading has to do with moving your body and creating roots and staying grounded. So I feel like being outside is relevant, especially as the weather gets nicer, depending on where you are. All right, this is energized. Each and every morning I wake up with vitality, ready to live my life to the fullest. This energy is becoming of me, and I notice how beneficial it is to my present moment. When tired, I will simply rest, then keep moving forward. All right. And so there's a difference between being tired and wallowing in your, and I feel like wallowing is kind of an aggressive word, but there's a 555 as I said that. There's a difference between wallowing and being tired and taking time to rest and reflect and do all those things, right? Like, it's okay to wallow sometimes, right? Like, we get time to wallow. We're allotted that time. Like, I'll give us grace for that, you know? And you should give yourself grace for that too, right? And this one says create, I forget what moon that is, waning something, don't judge me. All right, creating roots. Like tree roots snaking into the earth, I will create a solid foundation before reaching for the moon and stars. Like swaying branches in the wind, I can move, bend, and even break, but in challenging times will never cause me to fall. All right? So again, with the movement, and movement was at the bottom of this deck, okay? So and kindness. So again, being kind to your body. She got the hands around her heart. It says, when others are callous to me, it says more about them than it does about me. We are all deserving of kindness, and I recognize that this includes myself. So I will be kind to those around me in order to make more compassionate world. All right. And then this dropped out. It says, who am I? That's a little funny to me. And then abundance. All right. So really digging back to your roots, to your ancestry, to your body, to where your family came from, things like that, is going to connect you deeper to who you actually are as an individual, okay? Whether those ancestral roots be ugly, pretty, whatever the case may be, all of our ancestral lines have its own individual trauma linked and attached to it, okay, that we are sent here to heal, okay, depending on where you are in your journey, all right? So connecting with your body, doing yoga, going outside, making sure when you reach for the moon and the stars that you understand you need to create a solid foundation. And even if you bend or break, like, you're never going to fall, okay? You're never alone. That's what one of these cards confirms right here. And so I am learning that all problems resolve themselves. The strengthened food, clarified the strengthened food card, okay? It says, when you have a problem, a desire exudes forth from you, and source hears it and answers it immediately. Once you remove your attention from the problem, you then allow the solution. Give birth to the question and let it go, and allow the answer to flow. All right, this is important because I feel like when there is a seeming problem, we tend to hyper focus on that problem, and what happens to that problem? It tends to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, right? I call it reverse manifesting. But yeah, so we reverse manifest in these ways by thinking of all the things we don't want, or thinking, and I'm guilty of it too. I was just thinking about this shit the other day, and thinking about all the things we don't want, thinking about all the things we don't want to happen. And I'm like, wait a second, like, why can't I focus on the good just as much as I focus on the negative? You know what I mean? Like, the good exists just as much as the negative, if not even more. So why can't I focus on that? And I was like, wait, I can. Switch your perspective, okay? So again, it's all about recognizing those patterns, recognizing when you are and are not in a mind state to focus and fixate on the problem, or flow, release, and allow the solution to come in so you can hear it clearly from source, okay? And I felt like this card clarified the energized card, and I felt like it matched just because of all the yellow and the flowers and such. And I've gotten this card before. I swear I shuffle these decks, and I swear I get the same cards most of the time. I don't know. I'm just a messenger, okay? Nothing is more important than that I feel good, and that's right. All right? Do not do anything that you do not really want to do. Keep yourself in a place of feeling good. Reach for the thought that feels better and watch what happens. Again, focusing on the good. Even if you're at a job, okay? Remember, the jobs we're in use them as stepping stones if it's not really where you want to be, okay? But it doesn't mean you have to be negative about it. It doesn't mean you have to think negatively about that job or what you're doing, okay? Is it providing for you at the moment? Is it giving you work? Is it giving you 40 hours a week? Is it giving you benefit? You know what I mean? These things they don't matter, in my opinion, in a bigger picture speaking, but like if it's something you need right in this moment right now and it's helping you in a way, you being a stepping stone for you, then absolutely, by all means. But it doesn't mean you have to go in with a negative mindset. It doesn't mean, because that just makes your day longer, right? Like you go in 10:33, as I said that. You go in, you grumble about this and that, like you bitch about this and that, and it's like, okay, is this making my day any better? Probably not. Okay, so again, try to focus on the positive aspects of things and creating roots. I like that this bird is singing and then there's notes coming out of them. And it says, there's an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. You keep thinking there's a shortage of abundance, but shortage is only a perception. There is a never-ending stream of abundance. There is no shortage whatsoever, all right? All right, so there's no shortage whatsoever, especially when your roots grow so deep and you're so firm and solid in where you're standing, okay? So stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it, was one card that came out. It says, quit going back to people, places, and things that make you unhappy. Were you sad when you were getting drunk all the time? Quit that. Do you drink every time you see that friend even though you don't want to drink because it makes you sad? Quit that friend. Does Forever 21 make you feel fat? Tell Forever 21 to fuck off. Does that lover leave you feeling unlovable? Do not go looking for loving from that lover. It may not be easy, but it's simple AF. All right, and this card is so funny, but it is so true, right? And again, there's that other card talking about I think it was that one. Yeah, just check who you're surrounded by, okay? Again, I saw a video the other day and the girl was saying that, oh, I'm sober, and the guy like celebrated that, and it was the most beautiful thing, right? Like, it's so dope when friends don't try to revert you back to your old ways when you're telling them that you're trying to heal in whatever way, whatever that means for you, right? Like, it doesn't have to affect your friend, like, but people tend to make things about themselves, right? And you know, it's not fair, but we're humans having we're divine beings having a human experience, so we do tend to lean more towards that human aspect of our being, okay? Especially when we are constantly surrounded by people and not our own minds and our own thoughts all the time, okay? So again, if someone isn't serving you in a way, especially if you're going on a sober journey and they're trying to make you drink and all these other things, like, try to have a conversation with them. If you can't have a conversation with them, then yeah, I would say maybe create space and go find some other friends at a library or something. Right? It says loving is its own reward, all right? And it says the very act of loving is the benefit of the risk. We all want to be loved back. We all want to be supported. But when you grow up, you see that it has nothing to do with how the person who receives your love reacts and all about you just being willing to open your heart in this dangerous world. Be a gangster and love the fuck out of someone today. Expect nothing in return. I love that. Hell yeah. Be a gangster in your own right, okay? Thug dizzle. It's like, no. But yeah, so yeah, being kind, being loving, opening your heart in this world is a courageous act. It surely is, especially if you're opening it left and right and like you're just being open to all these experiences, all these loving experiences to come in your life. Like, yeah, it's hard to trust people out here. Like, people don't care. They don't care about you. Tupac cares though, for real. But yeah, so, and again, that goes back to checking your circle and who you're around, right? And this card came out clarifying the reading Fortress. We've gotten this card before. So a dragonfly, a heron, a jaguar, a peacock could be significant. The affirmation says, I will stay grounded in this situation by seeking and attracting positive vibes. When I am uncertain about an energy, I trust my intuition and know my energy shield will provide protection. There's another card in here about shielding your energy, okay? And it says security, your vessel, energy shield. Surround yourself with like-minded fellows. See? Protection from draining or toxic energies by carrying crystals or a talisman. Create boundaries with these events or people by keeping encounters brief, if at all. Close your aura by crossing your arms and pulling your energy inward to your center. Strengthen your own energy fortress through meditation. All right? So, again, same thing with the energized card. You know, strengthen food, creating roots. All right? Being grounded, meditating, doing all these things is important to your mental well-being, okay? 1:45 on the clock as I said that. And then YoU came out as well, clarifying. It says bear, canary, and you. All right, you're an animal. So the affirmation is, I'm thrilled with you, with my mind and the human I get to be. Nothing needs to complete me. It is okay to exist as I am. My journey is unique to me. It says you matter. You are not your thoughts. You are not what happens to you. You are not what others think of you. Imperfection, not using people / things / anything to complete us. We are whole. You are never alone. We are walking with Goddess. What are you doing for you today? Loving on ourselves, being true to ourselves, not conforming to expectations. Get to know what you like. All right. And again, that's the same as the card as the who am I on the bottom. All right. Get to know yourself. Get to understand yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Like do things by yourself. It's important to get out there. I do remember having a conversation with a chick, and she was like, I could never go out somewhere by myself. And I was like, do you actually like yourself then? Because I love going places by myself. I don't have to ask anybody what they want to do. I don't have to decide when we want to leave. Like, it's a me thing. Like, I'm out here. And it says, to feel better is the root of every desire. For us to feel better is the only reason any of us wants anything, okay? And the back of this says, if you had only one goal and it was to feel good, you would live successfully and happily in a way of fulfilling your life's purpose ever after. All right, and I like how that tree is like the moon in the back. It looks like arms or a person or something like stretching out to hug you. So yeah, again, be kind to yourself. Eat something, you know what I mean? Eat something good. Like, treat yourself to something yummy. It doesn't have, you don't have to buy something to treat yourself, right? Like, you go lay in a field of grass, and that could be something that you like to do, and that brings your inner child happiness, okay? Just remember, your fortress and your vessel is something for you to protect, okay? Kala, today I'll be forgiving, okay? And the forgiveness card, I was looking at that, or it dropped out before I started shuffling. Or, excuse me, I was looking for the fortress page in this book, and forgive was the page that was open. Kala. So today, be forgiving to yourself. Be forgiving. Maybe you didn't do something for yourself, or maybe you're just not treating yourself in the right way. Okay, but again, did you wake up today? All right, then you get another chance to make those decisions over again, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right. So I pray y'all have a great day, strong start to your week, and I will catch you again soon. Peace.